Good morning, back for a range test on the Model Y. We're gonna have perfect weather. It's about 70 degrees out and the aero covers are on the wheels for the Model Y, the Gemini wheels. It's about 70 degrees out. We're gonna keep it 70 degrees in the cabin. We're gonna go about 70 miles per hour on interstate. I'll do a loop, so hopefully that'll be as accurate as possible. We'll go ahead and reset the trip meter before we go here. So charging is complete, up to 90%, so we're ready to go. So it looks like we do not have complete regen or full regen. You can see the little dots on the left side of the power bar there. Indicates not a full regen, but pretty close at 90%. So we're right at 10%, right at 24 miles, 296 watt hours per mile. And we're gonna go ahead and turn around. Over 50 miles, and gonna go ahead and turn around again. Not quite down to 70% battery, but we will be there shortly. Definitely looks like the efficiency was better on this leg of the trip. I think we'll have to check, but I think the elevation is lower, so we were going uphill on the first leg and downhill on the second leg, and that's exactly why I'm going to do a nice loop twice to even out that. I'm going to move on to the last leg of the trip here, and not doing quite as good as I had hoped, because at 30% of the battery I would have hoped to have gone over 90 miles, but we are going 70 miles per hour, and obviously that's not going to do as well as what the EPA range of 316 miles for this car would be. So this is more like a real world test. Back down to 50%, so we used 40% of the battery overall. 110 miles, 110.8 miles, 264 watt hours per mile. So not as good as EPA, but obviously that's not expected at 70 miles per hour on the interstate. Overall, that is pretty good. Let's see, 158 miles of range left on 50%. That's exactly where it should be. So 50% should be right around 158, 159 miles, because the total range for the car is 316 miles. Of course, that's not driving 70 miles per hour on the interstate. But if we dropped it down to 60 miles per hour, I am very confident that we could get at least 316 miles on a charge. So there it is, the real world range test for the Tesla Model Y. Like a road trip test where you're going 70 miles per hour on the interstate. We did 40% of the battery, and 110.8 miles is what we used in 40% of the battery. So we could easily get 270 miles on a full charge going 70 miles per hour. I'm confident that we could do better than that if we decided to go a little bit slower than that, but still going 70 miles per hour, getting 280 miles on a full range. That's more than enough to get to any supercharger out there. They're usually about 100 to 150 miles apart. So a great road trip car, leaves plenty of extra battery and extra range to get where you want to go. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with this, and it's only going to get better as the tires break in and that sort of thing. Obviously, right now, we don't have that many miles on it. Right now, we have 409.5 miles on this car, averaging 279 watt hours per mile. So this range test at 110.8 miles is already a quarter of the miles that we've actually put on the car in total. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. So there it is, the range test, real